All right, so let's go over what happened last week. Last week, you guys started out as a adventuring group. You guys were first in, I think it was called Luskan. I should really have this one pulled up. Luskan, but you made your way over to Blackfoot Forge or something like that. So someplace in Faerun. You guys are just sort of hanging out, relaxing after the day before you had guarded a cart over from Luskan to Blackford Crossing, and suddenly a commotion happened. This tiny gnome named Calic requested your assistance in finding his daughter. You tracked her through the woods, found a fun little group of goblins that led you to a back door where the evil creature that had taken her was hiding. You fought some bats, you found a room, you found her in a giant cavern. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a doppelganger. After defeating the doppelganger, you searched high and low and you found her in the back of the cave, and you safely returned her to Calic. After that, you brought her back, you headed home. Somebody got slapped in the face.
Who was that again?
That was me.
I can't recall. I can't imagine why he would be slapped.
No way.
Or by whom.
Why would that ever happen?
So Alagrex slapped Carly.
It was unfair.
It was perfectly fair.
Anyways, after that, you guys headed back to the Adventurers Guild barracks that are sort of set up in each town for you, and you discovered a letter from Francois, your trainer. We ended with you guys going up to your rooms after a hard-earned rest and falling asleep. So you guys have taken a long rest, so if you need to, click long rest on your character sheets in D&D Beyond. And
No
that
need.
should...
I did that at the end.
Okay, then that should... And you guys should all be level 2 at this juncture. You guys are all individually waking up. What time does everybody sort of wake up at?
Ask Crack of Dawn.
Crack of dawn.
I woke up very early,
Yes, you did.
before everybody.
So as the rays of the sun slowly begin to peek over the horizon, you all sort of slowly come awake at your own times and begin to go about your day. Alagrex, you are getting up and you are about to leave your room. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you step out the door.
I love perception.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have a good score. Ooh, that's gonna be a nat 20.
A nat 20. Excellent. Okay. You step out the door, and you notice swinging above your head is a woven basket.
That's unusual.
It looks like it was attempted to be rigged up to fall, tip its contents over on top of you, but unfortunately, the individual who tried to tie this up did not do a very good job.
Unfortunately,
Oh, what did I say?
I
Fortunately.
beg to, I beg to differ. Can I try to lower the basket or disarm the?
It's
Terrible
about, let's see, the room you're staying in probably has about an 8-foot door. So the trap springs, but it does not work, essentially. So the basket sort of moves and swings, but it doesn't tip over like it's supposed to.
Can I take the basket down? See what's inside it.
Yeah, sure. You reach up and with a flick of your wrist, you cut the rope and you bring it down, and it's got a whole bunch of hay inside of it.
Hey,
What's up?
interesting.
Oh, right, got it. Sorry, bad joke. So we'll go ahead and stop right there. Shalata, what are you doing? Shalata, you there? All right. While you get that figured out, we're gonna move on to Rain real quick. Just pop in whenever you can. So Rain, why don't you tell me what you'll be doing with your morning?
As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna go eat breakfast, do a little maintenance on my equipment, just oil it up, rub it down, sharpen my sword, stuff like that.
Okay. So you're gonna go ahead and leave your room, and you step outside, and you basically, the way it's set up is you'll step outside and right into the common room, and once you do, you step in, and there is a pretty ornate feast for your basic surroundings. And you notice Carly is sort of standing there by a fairly decent assortment of food.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Did you have a good night?
I slept pretty well.
Excellent. Let's have some food.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some food and start stuffing my face.
All right, Oliver, go ahead, man.
Oliver wakes up and sort of leans up out of bed,
Mhm.
and he's not wearing his hood, but you can't see that because the camera's behind him, and he like leans up and it cuts off his head from the camera, you know. And then he puts all his clothes on and stands up, and then goes down and joins everyone.
Thank you for the
Straight for the coffee.
yeah, thanks for the
probably.
camera angle. Appreciate that. All the
Yes,
folks listening
absolutely.
definitely appreciate that. Yeah.
Just trying to paint a picture, man.
Oh yeah.
All that
yeah.
imagery.
All that imagery, bro. Okay, so you go ahead and head on down, and you see Carly and Rain sitting there.
Hello, Oliver.
Morning.
All right, I throw, let's say a muffin at him. Just kind of toss it.
I'm rolling dexterity on this because I'm ready to roll some dice.
Okay, you really don't need to.
That's a natural 20.
Okay,
Pass
so
the muffin. Toad.
okay. Yeah, Carly very lightly tosses a muffin at you, and you do like a backflip off the pillar that's standing there and like kick off of it and then kick off of the other one and then run along the ceiling and then you land in a superhero pose and catch the muffin without even looking at it.
And then I take the muffin and I go to like put it in my mouth, but you just see it disappear behind the black, and then I take my hand away and the muffin's gone.
Wow, one bite muffin, all right.
My mouth is agape. I saw what happened, and I'm just like, holy
That
crap.
muffin.
You guys are blowing the 20s early. That's fine by me. Rowan, are we up? Do we have you?
Yeah.
Hey, Rowan. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so you head on down and start helping yourself to a little bit of food. And there's fruits, berries, breads, some cheeses, a little bit of meat, not like a great spread, but a little bit of meat. And then finally, Aligrax comes down looking confused and carrying a basket of hay.
Any of you have anything to do with this?
Oh, crap. It didn't work.
Carly.
Oh, man. Well, I did the breakfast, try to make up for it, but, friends don't slap each other, so the hay, everybody hates hay, only animals like hay, so there's that, and, anyway, maybe we could be friends again, I don't know.
Carly, I'm simultaneously disappointed with the feebleness of your revenge attempt and flattered that you care.
Well, I was gonna sneak in and just slap you, but I figured that was a little overboard.
It probably wouldn't have worked.
Well, I'm
Apology
pretty
accepted.
stealthy.
Apology accepted.
Well, that's not exactly what I was going for,
Apology
but
accepted.
yeah, I guess we'll be friends someday.
I give him a sly nod.
I put my arms out in a hug like an olive branch. Like, come on, and then I tilt my head down.
Aligrax doesn't know what that is.
A hug?
He grew up in an abusive family. He's never
Okay,
known it.
Carly walks over to Oliver and tries to hug him instead because he likes little things.
Oliver is on the ground laughing.
Aligrax is visibly confused.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Dude, you try to hug him?
I of course I do.
If you just want to pick me up, I'm not gonna fight it. I think I'm just laughing at this point.
Oh yeah, I pick him up. Come here, guy. I know you'll hug me. Yeah, I pick him up, just put him chest height, and just give him a nice old bear hug.
Seems like the perfect vantage point to stab someone in the back.
Friends don't stab people or slap people.
Hey, I resent that. Some of my closest friends have tried to stab me. How you build a solid relationship?
I got stabbed with a banana once.
As much as I want to hear this story, I actually don't.
Well, I don't want to tell it anyway. It's a little weird.
I think he was talking about the... You know what? All right.
I put him down, I sit back down, and I just start scarfing food now.
All right.
All right.
I think
so
after like the 45
moving-
second hug, I'm probably just
moving
standing
on
there in confusion.
Past that awkward moment, what's our plan for the day?
Well, we have this letter that I don't think we've read yet from a dear friend Francois.
Oh, yeah, we should read that.
Gonna open the letter.
All right. You are all sort of sitting around a table, and you crack it open, and it reads, and I'm assuming you're just going to read this out loud. It is addressed to Adventuring Guild Party number 3294.
We need to work on that name.
This is your punishment. You are 3294. It says, Dear Adventuring Guild number 3294, I would like to speak with you at your earliest convenience in the city of Luskan whenever you get a moment. I'll see you there tomorrow at the latest. Love, Francois.
Is the letter dated? When is tomorrow?
It is dated. It was dated for today.
Okay.
So like
we have-
it was technically yesterday, but it's marked for tomorrow time.
So we get a day.
You have a day if you would like. Just to let you
And
know,
how far, Luskan?
it's about a day away.
Well,
I say we get going then.
probably for the best.
Well, grab some food, guys. Let's bring it on the way. Come on.
I take like 3 muffins on a stack, shove them into my black empty hood opening, and they just
Oh,
disappear. Then I get up and walk away.
When he grabs the muffins, I look over just waiting for something awesome to happen. I'm just staring at him like, come on.
I'd like to discreetly stuff a small handful of hay in Carly's backpack.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of
Well,
hand is gonna be
Harley doesn't have a backpack. He keeps all of his belongings in his top bun of his hair.
That's
because
tr-
it's all matted.
That's-
I'm
that's
sliding
true.
so there.
It's in
Sliding
his
in the middle.
backstory.
And that's gonna be a 17.
A 17, and Carly's passive perception, I'm sure, is about a 10. So yeah, you
It's at
successfully.
11.
It's 11. Yeah, so you successfully shove hay up into his hair. Although its current state, I don't know if he'd even notice.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the hay on me.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
How much exactly was it?
I mean, it's a small basket, probably about the size of a basketball, cut in half,
Alright.
and then filled with hay.
Good to know.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't gonna bury you or anything like that. So
Well,
are you guys?
I
walking,
throw
horses,
some
what's up?
meat and stuff in my hair, of course. And do I feel the hay?
I don't know if you'd even notice, to be honest with you. Roll me
Well,
a.
basically, it's my bag.
That's true. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 9 + 1 = 10.
So when you're putting the meat and everything up in there, you'll push stuff in, and then as you're pulling your hand out, it has a little bit of hay on it, and every time you put something in and pull your hand out, it's got a little bit of hay on it. Even if you shake your hand off, you put it up in there, you pull it out, it's got a little bit of hay on it.
Okay. Oh man, he must have did this. Well, I guess I'll work on the next one. I take the food out, throw it out, take the hay out, throw it out, all angry like. The hay kind of sizzles in my hair because I'm angry, and when I get angry, I flame up a little bit.
It's not letting. on
Yeah, you
fire.
do.
So I put more food in there,
Okay.
and then I walk out.
So everything that is on the table is basically for the Adventuring Guild parties. It's paid and bought for by the Adventurers Guild. So if you guys want to like grab food and everything like that, that's fine. In this game, I'm not going to be too big on like rations. Like, oh, you travel for 3 days, you're almost out of food, you're going to die soon. So don't worry too much about that. But it's good flavor. So. All right, so you guys sort of gather what meager belongings you have and make your way towards Luskan, the city that you originally started in, that you guys all sort of docked in when you came over from Gundarlun, and from the city of Gunbark. And the day sort of slowly creeps on, and what's sort of the marching order? Like, who would be in front? Would you guys be walking side to side? What are we looking at?
I kind of walk to every person and then kind of backtrack and just keep talking to everybody.
I'll take a position near the front, I guess, but I'll let the navigation go to Rain.
Okay, that good for you, Rain?
That's fine by me.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
12.
Okay, you guys continue throughout most of the morning, not really seeing too many people. It is a little bit early on, and then as it gets a little bit later in the morning, up ahead, you can see what looks to be the outline of a single cart coming towards you. You can't really tell how many people are on it or anything like that, but it is starting to move towards you.
Towards us as in like on a collision course or just passing by on the road?
It's pretty far away, but it's on its way towards you. It's not that large of a road. Once you get past Blackford Crossing, the road sort of shrinks down a little bit.
Well, let's move to the side, I guess. Let them pass if they want to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I step to the side as well.
All right. As it gets closer and closer, you notice it is a sort of an older, bent human man. He's got a horse that's it's not too out of shape. You know, it's not too beleaguered or what is that word? Beleaguered? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Beleaguered or harried, but it isn't. It's not in its prime. And on the back, there's an assortment of different packages and wrappings and everything like that. As he approaches you, he looks at you, sort of gives you like a hesitant little like half nod. Doesn't slow down, just sort of continues, but keeps his eye on you as he goes by.
I put my hand up and wave.
Okay, he waves back, and a little smile sort of pulls on one of the corners of his mouth. He rolls on and heads towards Blackford Crossing. All right, and let's go ahead and get you guys back on the road. So you guys go ahead and continue on, and we hit about midday. Do you guys want to go ahead and stop for lunch, or just continue on?
We had a big breakfast.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I gorged myself
Yeah.
pretty good.
I had 4 muffins.
Yeah.
We can
A lot of-
we can
But
eat
you-
while we walk.
Okay, so you guys continue on walking. Just every once in a while pulling out a little snack or something and munching on it here and there. Just sort of
Pick
walking
an
on.
apple off a tree, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And I think every now and then I'm going from person to person, just trying to keep conversations going. And I keep an eye on our surroundings a bit, see if anything's off at times.
Sure. What are you guys talking about?
Well, I'm talking to the other guys about the hay that I'm very, very upset about.
Go ahead.
Nobody likes hay.
Listen, it seems like karma's a bitch.
Well, Karma's not a bitch, but Aligrax is sure acting like one.
I take a bow.
I smile a lot because I like that.
I maintain my innocence.
Well, I don't know why I keep talking to you about this, but all right, I'm going back to my little guy friend. Hey, Oliver.
Right, yeah.
Sweet flip, bro.
I didn't flip.
No, before.
Oh,
During
yeah,
breakfast.
yeah. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah, I'm very awkward when I talk.
I'm trying not to push you too hard, but I do want you guys to do a little character development and just sort of talk and jibber jabber if you want to. But we'll go ahead and move you on to Luskan. So you guys started out pretty early morning, so you get there at very late afternoon. And Luskan is a seaside town, and you can sort of start to smell the ocean as you guys get a little bit closer and closer, and you start hearing the waves crash against the rocks and the shore out there, and you can actually see the masts of the ships that dock there before you can see any of the buildings. And so from there you're sort of walking and slowly like little squat buildings start to sort of cluster together and everything like that. And then all of a sudden you're in town, and on the right and the left of you are mostly not great, but pretty decent buildings that house anything from blacksmiths to merchants and sellers of all sorts of different things. There's taverns here and there. You can see people bustling about. It's a very busy town. It's just not as large as you would think it is. So, Francois mentioned that he would like to talk to you. He is most likely waiting for you at the Adventurers Guild branch here in Luskan. So, like he said, he would like to talk to you. You guys go do whatever you want.
Alright, so who's coming with me to the bar? What time is it? Can I look at the sun?
Well, I need some clothes because I tend to burn mine.
Okay. So it looks like we have Aligrax, Rain, and Rowan are all going to a bar.
No, what time of day is it now?
It's late afternoon. The sun is getting pretty close to starting to set. You can just see barely the fringes of darkness over on the eastern side of the sky. Very, very slightly.
Perfect time to start drinking.
Okay. And then Rain and Rowan, you're also going to the bar.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Carly.
Okay. All right.
Because that'd be funny. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so Carly and Oliver are off to go shopping. Aligrax, Rain, and Rowan, you guys are headed to the bar, and we'll sort of start off with you guys if you want. There are quite a few different taverns and local buildings and places of that sort of nature. As you guys are wandering through, you see the Soaring Pegasus and the Pickled Fisherman, the Sailor's Own. You also see the Sleeping Dog and the Quaffing Quaggoth. You can stop into any of those. You do know that you're sort of on the eastern part of town. The Adventurers Guild branch is sort of in the southwest corner, so you need to go across town and down a little bit.
Which tavern looks the sketchiest?
The sketchiest one would be the Pickled Fisherman. That one is in the northeast side, and most of the buildings around it are either vacant or pretty destitute, I'd say.
So, who's up for the Pickled Fisherman? As I always say, no better place to gather information than a shady tavern.
Works for me.
All right, so Aligrax, Rain, and Rowan make their way over to the Pickled Fisherman. And when you step in, it's about exactly what you would think. Instead of tables, it's more like large barrels. There is a long and dirty bar along the left side of the wall. There is actually, believe it or not, a piano in the back right-hand corner. Nobody is playing it, and it looks like, from what you can tell, is there's quite a bit of grime all over it. There is a small stage just to the left of the piano, and then there is all sorts of different types of creatures in here. You can see goblins, you can see dragonborn humans, half-elves, halflings, all sorts of different people, but every single one of them saltier than the last. They're dressed essentially just like fishermen or sailors, or mayhap even pirates might be dressing.
Pirates. I like the sound of that. My eyes are instantly gravitated towards the grimy piano. Gonna turn to Rowan and Rain and say, any of you feel like a performance? Aligrax is going to approach the piano and just go for it, I guess.
Okay, you set your fingers on the, I wouldn't call them ivory keys, but they are made up of some sort of bone, possibly. They're yellowed and they're cracked, and you run your fingers across them, and it's very clearly not in tune. As you do, sort of run your fingers across them and sort of stretch out your knuckles, you draw the attention of the entire bar that grows quiet and looks at you, almost surprised. More on their face is the question why. So why don't you, if you want to, try this. You can roll me a performance check.
Of course I'm going to try it.
Do I want to give you disadvantage on this one? No, I don't. Go ahead.
Any of my companions going to help me with this?
They are currently, what are you guys doing as your Dragonborn friend goes up there?
They can give me the help action, right? Join my band.
They would have to be able to play the piano or sing or do something, or even want to at this point. But Rowan, Rain, what do you guys want to do?
You know what? Sure. I bust out a little flute that I carry with me, and I'm gonna play that with them.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'll just watch.
Okay. Maybe
Awesome.
start drinking early. So Rain, why don't you roll me a performance check? I'll have Rain do it first.
So that's gonna be a nice solid 10 right there.
Okay, and Aligrax, go ahead and roll me a performance check with
That is
advantage.
I got my choice between a 6 or a 19.
Take the
I think I'm
6.
going to take the 19.
It'd be funnier with the 6. Okay, so the piano itself is not in great physical condition, but Rain sort of works his fingers across his wooden flute, and a tune comes across it, and you recognize the beginning notes of the Mad Seaman. No, don't want to do that one. The Mad Sailor. We'll do the Mad Sailor that you learned when you were coming across the sea from Gundeberg. And while the piano itself is not wholly in tune, as you sort of work the keys and the hammer strike the chords a little bit, you bang off some of the dust, and the tune almost eerily floats through the bar, and the sailors begin to pick it up, and they all start clapping their hands and stomping their feet and singing along to the tune.
Fantastic. Let's get some audience participation in here. We're gonna do the clap thing.
Oh, like where you clap and then they clap with you.
Of course.
They're already they're singing along. They're into it. They're loving it. And so you get some people that are like they know all the words and they're singing, and some people are just clapping. And then the barkeep is big smiling face on him, and he's cleaning out his glasses and wiping what he wants to off of the bar. So Rowan, while this whole scene is playing out, what are you doing? Just watching?
I didn't think they were going to do that well, so I subtracted them all.
Have more faith in us.
So yeah, so Rowan's just sort of sitting in the back, and she's politely clapping along and just sort of enjoying herself. And so we'll sort of stop it right there while you guys are sort of entertaining the bar, and we'll go ahead and head over to Oliver and Carly. Oliver and Carly, you wanted to go shopping. So the shopping district, as you remember from when you were here just a few days ago, is in the northwest corner of the city. So if that's where you want to head, you can.
Yep, that's where I
Okay.
am.
Okay, so you see different places like Riotar's weaponry, you see Belmonder's meats, Thon glass and glazing, different stuff like that. You see Mayroth's fine silks, but more importantly, other than these actual buildings, you see just a whole bunch of different stands out near the docks with a bunch of different people that are selling stuff. Some are starting to pack up as most people have retired for the evening or to bars where people are playing pianos. And so there's not a whole bunch of people out right now, but there are a few if you wanted to try your luck at finding some clothes.
I walk in, and then I tilt my head up, and I say very loudly, "Hello, I would like to find a fire-resistant leather vest, please. Hello?"
So are you just standing on the docks shouting?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I was just double checking. I didn't know if you'd walked into a building. So you see a few heads turn towards you and just like shake their heads, and then you actually see what looks to be like a very official sailor come up to you. They say, "What's all this in?"
Yeah, do you have a fire-resistant vest? I tend to burn things, and I keep burning my shirt off.
No, we don't.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Anything else fire-resistant, maybe?
I'm not a bloody shop. Is that what you're looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm at the shops, and the first thing you do is just, ask for what you want.
Yeah, you can come up and ask for it, but don't go just shouting about. You look like an absolute madman.
All right, can you shout for me?
No, I can't shout for you. What is... Bloody
Okay,
Genasi.
where's the leather shop? Or
Okay,
clothes?
so there's a leather shop right down there, and he points off to your left, his right. I don't know if they're still open, but you can go and check it out and see if they're still there. Now stop shouting, you're freaking everyone out. Click of his heels, he turns around and walks away and talks with another guard real quick, and both of them sort of eyeball you two as you head over in the direction of the leather shop.
I nod at them, and then I go to the leather shop.
I follow along, but sort of distance myself because I was a little,
Sure, yeah, makes sense.
yeah, like a couple paces behind him, sort of.
I keep waiting for Oliver to catch up, so I just stop.
So you're like walking, and he's walking, and then he slows down, and you stop, and he continues walking, and then like when he gets in 3 feet of you, he like notices you've stopped, and then he stops, and you're like, "Come on, let's go," and start walking. And it's just this long yo-yo effect. It takes
Alright.
about twice as long to get down to the litter shop as it would need to.
And I say, "Oliver, come on, friend, let's go!" really loudly.
Oliver, a response? Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
I could not hear him.
Okay.
Silent treatment, apparently.
Wow, super rude. Okay,
So he just stares at me blankly.
yeah, he's just gonna stare at you, I guess.
How
Haven't
can anyone be so rude to Carly?
I don't know.
Carly is like my best friend.
Oh, we lost him. That's okay. We'll continue on. We'll just Carly. We gotta work out these mic issues. Okay, so
Oh.
you're gonna continue on. Hey, you back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with that, but
I don't know
hopefully
either.
it doesn't happen again.
I hope not either. Okay, so we're going to continue on. So he said Carly, or he said, go ahead, Carly.
Oh, hey, Oliver. Hey, friend, come on, let's go. Come on. And I say it very loudly and gesture towards him with my hand.
Oh, okay, yep. Let's just go on then. I'm trying to like not hurt his feelings, but I'm definitely regretting going with him.
Could have played some great tunes instead of getting laughed at.
I'm like, I like hear the music and stuff in the back, and like out in the distance, and it's just like, oh.
That's Allegrax's classic tune. And oh, Rain's joining in too. Is that Rowan clapping? No way. All right, so Carly and Oliver, you guys are sort of heading down, and you start coming up to this stall, and it's a little bit bigger than the others, and you notice different wares and clothes and leather goods just sort of stacked out on it. And as you approach, you notice a half-elf woman who is sort of packing up. It looks like she's getting ready to close up shop. And she looks up and she goes, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
Hello. Hi. Do you have anything fire resistant, like a pretty sweet leather vest that would fit me?
Fire resistant? Let me check real quick. Give me just a second, please. And she begins to rummage around in the back of her little stall there, and she's going through, and she's just sort of tossing stuff left and right, and then stuff that she's thrown, she goes back through again, and then she goes over here and looks through this pile, and finally she pulls up this very small vest, and she says, "This one isn't quite, like, fireproof, but it is quite fire resistant. It won't fit you."
All right. That seems to fit a leg, maybe. Nothing bigger?
Let me check again real quick. I'm terribly sorry. We're a little low on stock, what with the war going on and what. Sorry about that. And so she goes through and she digs through a few more things, and she does pull out a vest, and it is extremely dark red. You can barely tell that it has any red in it. And she says, "Oh yeah, this one is actually a little bit fire resistant. You might want this." And she sort of hands it over so you can sort of look at it and feel it.
All right, I pick it up and I kind of press it against my face to see how soft it is.
It's not very soft. It is leather, so it's smooth, but it doesn't feel like fluffy soft.
All right, this feels pretty good. How much is this?
Let me see. There, I do believe that's going to be. Okay, so that's going to be about 50 gold.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, and she holds out her hand.
All right, and I give her 50 gold.
Okay, she takes it. She says, "Is there anything else I can get for you, or for you, little master?"
Well, that tiny vest, can you throw that in for another 10 gold?
Oh no, not just 10 gold. I'm sorry, it's also 50 gold.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind.
I'm quite all right, thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. You two gentlemen have a lovely evening. I'm closing up shop now. Ta-ta.
All right,
she goes back to throwing stuff away.
I throw on the vest. I turn to Oliver and say, "Oh, hey, that's a pretty cool music. Let's go. And I just start running
What music are you talking about?
from the bar.
Our epic tunes.
The bar's almost on the opposite side of town.
Well,
We're
you're the
playing
one that said
so
that
loud.
Oliver was hearing it.
Actually, I said that.
Yeah.
We're playing so loudly, so beautifully. It carries all the way to the plane of fire, actually.
Halflings know when a good time is going on.
Okay. So are you just going to sort of wander from bar to bar until you find them, or
I'm just gonna go
We'll know
straight for
when
the music.
is.
I don't think you can hear the music.
you can't hear the music? I'm sorry, here across town, essentially.
We'll
Okay.
go back to the district where we left them, where they said that they were going to be.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll listen to music.
All right, so you guys head back to the east side of town. It's getting a lot darker at night. Let's go ahead and have you guys roll perception checks, both of you.
Okay, I am a 6 + 1, 7.
Yeah, 16.
Okay, so Oliver, you hear sort of just very faint and off in the distance the tune that they have been playing, I guess, for the last hour or so, coming from this particular direction. You know the direction and you know the tune, but you don't know exactly where it is. So if you want, you can follow that to the bar that they're at.
Hey, Kylie, you hear that?
No, I don't hear much most of the time.
That sounds like a bloody good time.
All right.
Come on,
Let's
yeah,
go.
I'm just going to go towards the music.
Okay.
All right, I start skipping after him.
All right, so you guys head over in the direction of the music, and once you walk in the door, they start playing a different tune. It's just, what would you do with a drunken sailor? Because I don't know too many sea shanties, I'm sorry. But you hear them start up a new tune, and the entire bar is absolutely loving it. Rain is on the flute, just like Angus Young style, just wailing on it, just needly, 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 needly. and Alegrax is just smashing the piano Billy Joel style, but in a good way. And then you guys look over to your right, and Rowan is leaning up against the side of the door. Rowan, what have you been doing while they've been entertaining the entire crowd?
I guess I'll see them too. Did you know they could play?
Well, I didn't know they could play. Did you know they could play?
No, I had no idea.
Well, I think it's fun. I've sung before, and I walk up to them.
Now, Mandrew,
Yeah.
if you say that your character sings, I'm going to make you sing.
Well, okay.
I'm going to make you sing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What was that song?
What do you do with the drunken sailor? There's no roles here. You sing, and I'll judge how good you are.
I have to do a performance check to see if they love it or not.
I'll tell you what you need to do.
You're singing.
No, you just sing, and I'll let you know if they love it or not. And you got to do it in character voice.
What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Early morning.
They fucking love it. They go absolutely ape shit. They are just like, there's almost a riot that starts in this bar. And they're just like, everybody's like clapping and stomping their feet and singing with you. It's like if you're front row at a Leonard Skinner concert and you're just hammered drunk. That's what it's like.
Harley's loving it. Just really animated.
So yeah, go ahead. Entertain the masses. Rowan and Oliver, what are you guys going to do?
Grab a drink and probably just sit back and either sit at the bar or find a table and watch my buddies entertain everyone.
Rowan?
Just drinking her ale, sitting back, watching everyone have a good time.
Fantastic. So you guys do this for about an hour or so, and then finally step down off of the stage, and everybody's, patting your back and shaking your hand and shoving drinks into your hands and everything. And you guys essentially are top tier members of the crowd right now, and everybody's loving it. And after a while, people sort of, after they pat your back and shake your hand, everybody goes back to their business. And most of the talk is about how awesome that was and how cool that was. But you guys sort of find yourself a little corner table where you're not being bothered as much.
Just want to say, before we get off stage, Alegrax would definitely say, thank you everyone, we have been Alegrax and the boys.
They're all like, yeah, oh my god, oh my god.
Well, I'm Carly. Hello.
Yeah, I'm...
They cheer for Carly. Carly, yeah, woo.
I just start chugging beers.
They're like, yeah, okay.
Can I go up to the barkeep and ask how much for a whiskey?
First one's gonna be on the house for you there, lad. Yeah, you brought in so many customers, I don't even have enough chairs for them. So here's what I'm gonna do. First whiskey, free. Second whiskey, 2 silver. Third whiskey, we'll see if you're still standing after this. And he slides you what he calls whiskey, but is a very dark drink.
I'm pounding it back.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh boy. That's gonna be a 6.
All right, so you throw this drink back, and it slowly starts to burn. It goes through quick, and it tastes like kind of cool and tingly, and then it slowly burns from the bottom of your belly all the way up to your mouth, and you are smashed. You're absolutely hammered drunk. So you will have disadvantage on any ability checks for the next hour or so.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
I'm gonna slide him. I'm gonna slide him 2 silver.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is the best option for you?
I just appeared out of nowhere and I'm looking at him and nodding yes.
I'm leaning over the counter, just like drooling a little bit, just like, listen, I can handle my whiskey.
He looks over at Oliver and is like, is he with you?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll make sure he gets home alright.
Yeah, no offense there, lad. I'm sure you're top tip shape. You're just sort of a, you're
I
not,
just thought about that.
you're not really like the largest, and he's kinda, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying,
No, yeah.
but do you happen to have somebody else with you?
Yes, we've got a few other people here. Don't you worry about us. We're gonna be just fine.
Oh, perfect. Thank God. So he goes ahead and he slides another whiskey over and slides the 2 silver into his pocket.
I'm gonna do a traditional cheer in Draconic, and then pound it back.
What is that traditional cheer?
You wouldn't be able to understand it.
I would. Do it.
Come on, I made him sing. You can say a few draconic words.
It sounds something akin to Fusroda.
I hear that and I smile and just run over and I repeat it. Fusroda.
The roof of the place just explodes off. No. Roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
I don't even need the disadvantage. That's a natural 1.
You slam it back, and you stand there for exactly half a second, and then you fall over. Oliver, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. This is a 9 altogether.
So he's standing for a little bit, and then he just starts wobbling, and you can't tell where he's going to go, and he falls right towards you, and you sort of move out of the way. He falls down right on top of your legs.
I think I see that and then go to pick him up off of Oliver.
Oh, so
Am I
are you,
out cold?
you're out cold. You're unconscious. You rolled a 1, dude.
All right. So did I get him off of Oliver yet?
Yeah, I mean, let's see, your Genasi. So yeah, I mean, you'd be able to sort of roll him off of Oliver, and Oliver can get out from under him.
Okay. After that, I get a giant smile, and then I look at the barkeep. Oh hey, yeah, really quick. Can I get a handful of hay, please?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know where I can get hay really quick?
I mean, you can try the stables down the road about a block, if that's what you're looking for, is hay? I'm sorry, did you say hay?
Oh yeah. And I just hand him a couple silver, and I say, what direction?
Just he points out the door and take it right.
Oh, I just bolt it, and I go for a handful of hay.
All right, so you're heading out there. Rain and Rowan, what are you guys up to, witnessing all this?
Looking on at their antics, amused.
Are you gonna
She
do
does
anything?
not try
Oh,
to
go ahead.
stop anything.
Okay,
She thinks it's funny.
Awesome, Rain.
I'm gonna keep drinking, but like beer and ale rather than whiskey, because I wanna party as long as possible. It's going all night long.
All right, and with your performance and sort of the antics of your crew members, your squad or whatever, you know you're pretty much drinking for free for most of the evening. And Carly, you are outside running down the street, and essentially you're following your nose towards the smell of what you could assume are extremely dirty stables. And so you eventually run up and you find one, and it is just chock full of not very great hay.
All right, I just dive my hand in, grab a handful, and try to head back as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you grab a whole bunch of this hay, and you can smell it. It's not great. It's moldy. It's pretty gross. And you run all the way back to the bar, and the barkeep is, first of all, Aligrax is still passed out on the floor. So Oliver, did you want to try anything?
I mean, yeah, I probably just not too hard. I wouldn't try anything too hard. Like, just lean over, like, all right, like slap him on the face a couple times. Like, hey, lizard man, come on, all right, get up.
He's out.
And then, if he doesn't move, then I'd probably just like shrug my shoulders and climb up on the bar and order an ale. Just sort of like, I'm not gonna ditch him or anything, but.
Right, you with this lot?
Yeah, it looks like he just had a bit too much, and we'll just let him sleep there for a minute, and then.
Oh sure.
And he'll
That's not a
be
problem.
all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, this accent is fucking all over the place. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to find my voice.
Yeah, good luck. It's only session 2. We're fine. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll go ahead and I guess let him sleep it off. Are you guys staying in town by chance?
Yeah. We're in the Adventurers Guild.
Of course you are. And he sort of a little bit of a cloud crosses across his face. Roll me a perception check. Actually, sorry, it would be. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it. A little cloud crosses over his
Insight?
face. Nah, don't worry about it. A little cloud crosses over his face.
Well, now you have me Concernicus.
All right, go ahead and roll an insight. I want you guys to decide when you want to roll stuff. So, anyways,
It's a 15.
15. So, you notice he gets a little bit maybe defensive about it. Like he sort of crosses his arms a little bit. He's not like outright angry. So you're with the Adventurers Guild, eh?
Is there something wrong with that?
No.
With
As
a
long
bad
as-
rap or something?
No, you're fine.
You just
Listen,
sort
it's
of
nothing.
shifted your whole demeanor there, mate. Like I just don't know what's going on here.
Listen, it's nothing personal. Don't worry about it. And he sets your ale down and he slides it over to you, and he walks away and just sort of starts. What you can tell is just sort of like bar gab with another patron.
Cool.
So Carly, you make it back inside the bar with
All
your
right.
fistful of nasty ass hair.
I run up. I put some of the hay in his pocket,
Uh-huh.
in one of his pockets. I grab an empty glass and I say, "Hey, can I borrow this?"
Yeah, sure. What are you?
I won't break it. I'm just gonna put hay in it.
Alright. He's super confused. He's just beyond confused.
I just start giggling, and then I hold it over Aligrax's face and I just dump it onto his face.
It's gotta be like smelling salts.
So you dump it onto his face, and with it, there was a little bit of residual whiskey left in there, and so it sort of blips on his face as well. And now he has sticky, stinky hay all over his face right now.
I'm still giggling.
I was awake.
I
Now,
put
you
my
don't
fist out
know
for a
any
fist
about
bump.
this.
Oh yeah, I fist bump Oliver.
The barkeep watches this with just a super confused look about him, and then goes back to just.
It's a big thing. It all
Right.
culminated to this moment.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, right, sure. Yeah, sure. Fucking adventures. And he sort of goes back. So, all right, what do you guys want to do now?
I think I try to wake up Aligrax at this point.
Roll me a medicine check.
20 plus 1, 21.
Wow. Okay, so how would you try to wake him up? That's my question.
Well, I'm kind of resistant to slapping at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I just grab his shoulders and kind of shake him a bit.
Mhm.
Just say, hey, hey, like really forceful so my breath is just kind of blowing the hay off of his face.
Okay. I just
Gross.
want to tell you, since he failed his Constitution saving throw and was already kind of drunk from the first one, you had to have beaten a 20 to wake him up. You had to
Nice.
have not met but exceeded a 20. I just little peek behind the screen there. And so with the shaking and everything, the hay is kind of stuck to his face, little pieces here and there on his face, and of course he's got it in his pockets, and his eyes like pop open.
What the?
Hey,
What the?
welcome back.
Aligrax, you are still quite drunk.
Help me up.
You're not good with whiskey.
I'm fine. Ugh.
Yeah, I help him up and put him down on a stool or chair, whatever's there.
I turn to the barkeep. I swear this never happens.
He looks over at you and he's like, "Yeah, you got a little something right there,
Oh.
and right there,
Paw in my face.
and right there, and right there."
Pick the hay off my. I like wipe my hands over my face, just trying to scrub all of it off. Pick up the hay and just curse under my breath, just like, Carly.
Welcome, you're welcome, friend. Now we're friends.
I snap my head very quickly towards him, and he sees a little bit of green smoke at the corners of my mouth.
I just stare with that big old smile on my face.
I turn back to the barkeep. I'm gonna ask, what's your name?
My name
Yeah, name.
is just Barkeep.
Barkeep.
Yeah, Barkeep. Don't worry about anything else. Just Barkeep.
Did your mother not love you?
He looks over at Carly. You might want to take care of your friend.
I pick him up and move him over to where Rain and Rowan are.
Picking him up, he's 300 plus pounds, man.
Well, I'm not a small guy, so.
I'm trying to stay where I am.
Listen, friend.
I want to ask the barkeep. Listen, I think I'm probably done for the night.
I think you ought to.
How much for a bottle of that stuff?
You know what?
For the future.
I'm gonna tell you something. Why don't you come back tomorrow and ask me then? And you tell me if you really want a bottle of that.
Question.
Go ahead.
Does drunkenness count as a poison of sorts?
No.
What I'm saying is, I've got lay on hands, and I can cure disease and neutralize a poison. Could I undrunk myself?
No, because a poison.
You're not Captain America.
A poison intentionally damages you, and this didn't necessarily damage you. It just inhibited your vision. So I wouldn't call it a poison. I don't want to set that precedent of you can get super smashed and then just heal yourself. Because this is way too much fun.
Oh yeah, you gotta live with this one.
All right, Mr. Barkeep, I'll be back in the morning.
At 8. You guys have a good rest of your night.
You too.
And you guys go over and join Rain and Rowan.
Alright. Well, hey guys, Elagrax is pretty wasted.
Perfectly fine. Thank you.
And I'm just giggling.
I go over to Aligrax, get right up to his face, just tip him.
Okay, so you push him to like knock him over, or like you give him some money?
I just want to see how steady he is, so I just give him a light push.
Okay, we will do we'll do a strength competition. Aligrax, you have disadvantage. So just a straight strength. Rain, why don't you go first? Let me know what you get.
Can we just do bar episodes all the time?
I'm gonna burn every fucking part. I had so much planned for you guys this time. I had so much planned. We've gotten to exactly none of it.
I'm happy to run late, dude.
I got a 13.
A 13 for Rain, Aligrax?
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Alright, that would have been a nat 20, and then that's a 14 plus. Is it athletics?
No, it's just strength because he's pushing you and you're kind of like trying to resist it.
Then that's a 17.
Okay, so Rain, you place both your hands on him, and you sort of give a shove, and he like steps back one step and then steps back forward.
I'm gonna get a smile across my face and shove him. But much less light.
Give me a strength check, both of y'all.
That's gonna be 18 plus 3 is 21.
With disadvantage?
Oh, disadvantage.
It's any ability check for the next hour.
Right, yeah. So 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay, Rain?
Sorry,
Okay, you're good.
wrong button. I'm not actually gonna try to resist. I'm just gonna kind of step out of the way to avoid him.
Okay, then let's do a dexterity check. I'm sort of in gray waters here. Also, you can take off the push to talk. I'm not going to worry about that if you want to.
Well, I got a bad cough. That's the main reason I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that. So yeah, roll me a dex check. I think this is. I've never had a bar shoving match my campaigns before.
I think
So
that'd be dex saving throw for him.
I think so. Yeah. So Rain, go ahead and give me a dex saving throw.
All right, 20.
So you rolled a 15 plus 5.
It's just straight dex, right?
You would add your dexterity modifier that's under your saving throws.
Either way,
Oh,
he beats
sorry.
it.
Yeah. Okay, I added the wrong number. It's 23 then. So I rolled an
23.
18.
Okay, so he goes to shove you, and you quickly sort of. Well, how would you dodge out of the way?
If he's that drunk, like, I basically just take a quick step to the side and let his own momentum do the work for me.
Okay. So he sort of pushes forward, stumbles forward, and then catches himself on the bench in front of him that Rowan's sitting on. So he's just to the left of you, Rowan.
Rowan looks at him like, "Are you really okay?"
Rowan, I have never been more okay. And then I turn to my left and vomit.
Wait, you're cleaning that up? He's cleaning it up. Somebody's cleaning it up. I want it cleaned up.
We're gonna need a mop over here.
You better find your own mop, clean it up, and get out of my bar.
I reach into Aligrax's pocket and grab some hay and kind of throw it over it.
That
I feel like
does
that's
it.
good enough for
Work.
D&D world.
All right.
So it's a pretty.
So are you guys
pretty-
packing it in and heading out, or
I'm gonna make a feeble attempt to wipe it up.
with the hay?
With the hay.
All right. Okay, so you sort of wipe it basically just sort of around a little bit, and you get about half of it, but there's still like a pretty decent stain right there.
All right. I take the dirty hay and look towards Carly.
Well, that came in handy, didn't it?
I'm gonna throw it out the door.
Out the door? Okay. So it gets thrown out the door.
Then I'll take some more hay from my pack, wipe the rest of it up.
All right, you've successfully cleaned up your own vomit. We're doing D&D, guys.
I give a wavering thumbs up to Barkeep.
All right, guys. Maybe we should see Francois now. Let's since we're in our tip-top shape.
Speaking of tip-top shape, Jack, when I first came and sat down to the bar, I've just been drinking the whole time.
Okay.
Ales, mostly ale, probably a couple shots every once in a while.
Oh,
But what I'm gonna do,
of whiskey?
yeah, occasionally.
Are you
But
sure?
What I'm gonna do,
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
what I'm gonna do
Totally
is say
recommend it.
I opened a tab, so to speak, and I will just let you take control of my currency in D&D Beyond and tell me how much I drank. I will just trust you as the kind and loving DM that you are.
Okay.
And I just kept doing it, so this is the aftermath. Like, whatever you took is...
Yep.
In-
Refresh it.
yeah. In metagame terms, don't forget about the beer fund that we have contributed to. We've got about 100 gold in party funds, which can be used for tavern visits or, essential items that the whole party needs. But don't forget about that. I'm keeping track of it.
Okay, so Oliver, you weren't there too long. So I mean, just long enough to really catch their last song and then witness the inebriation and subsequent passing out and then reawakening, that whole situation. So, I mean, you probably had a few beers and a couple ales. I pulled a little bit of money out, so you're good. All right, so you guys heading out? Where are you going?
Go to the guild, see Francois.
Don't we have till tomorrow to see Francois?
I'm very
I-
impulsive, so
I
I'm
like-
gonna go unless you guys talk me out of it.
I think we should definitely wait until the morning.
No,
All right.
the sooner
Well,
the better.
it's up to a vote then. I say let's go.
Yeah, sooner the better.
I think we should try for sober-ish before we go see him. Some of us
No,
can't
nope,
quite
I'm
do standard.
I'm a terrific actor.
Rowan, what about you?
Rowan will say that they need to sleep it off first, and they can go meet up in better condition.
Alright, so what's the
Yeah, I know that's gonna happen. I mean, the big guy wants to go now. And...
all in favor of going now?
Well,
Aye.
I'm gonna go. Let's go.
Alright, that's three. That's three affirmatives. Any other objections?
Now, I will say this. The place that you're going to meet him is the Adventurers Guild, which is also where you stayed when you first came here. So you, stayed overnight there. So you can assume that they would also have beds for you this evening if you wanted to go that route.
Man, let's go there.
All right, let's go.
Sorry, I just sort of figured I'd cut through some of that. All right, so you guys make your way from the east side of the town somewhat slowly with certain aspects, and you make your way up to the Adventurers Guild, which is a 4-story building. It's fairly ornate. It's got very, very beautiful carvings of elves and dwarves and humans and all sorts of different creatures. Basically, the heroic legends that have come out of the Adventurers Guild are carved into the pillars here. And as you step inside, there is an elvish clerk standing up at the front desk, and he has long black hair. His skin is a light brown, and he has a very serious face on. And he looks at you as you guys come in, and he says, "New adventurers, I assume."
Yep.
Why?
Yep. We adventure.
Why are you so serious, mate?
I try to give a bow.
Come collect your room keys. We have 5 rooms available for you. They're on the 3rd floor. So he pulls out 5 separate keys. They each have a little square on them with a rune on it, and it's an identical rune, but the keys themselves are stamped for different room numbers.
I guess I'd take one.
Yeah, same.
I'll take your keys.
Okay. Does anybody want to throw their keys at anything, or punch out a window, or fucking light something on fire? No? Okay.
Please, we're civilized.
I'm sending you guys to bed.